Welcome back to the part 2 of the empire waist tutorial. So right here you can see our patterns were cut in part 1. So if you have not watched part 1, please go to part 1 of this video. You need to watch the part 1 to see how we slash and spread and drafted this empire waist pattern. So now it's time for us to start sewing. So I cut 2 times of this. You can see I wrote 2 times with my button loops. So there I am going to gather what I have into my empire waistline. You can see that. So I'm going to set this aside, take off the patterns I have right here. I'll be going to my machine right now to what I have here. I have 2 pieces of this. Can you see? So I'll be going to my machine now. I'm going to gather what I have on the upper piece. You can see that. And I'll gather what I have at the lower piece. So you can see it's already forming the empire waist for us. So I'll quickly do these gatherings right now for right and for left. And I'll be back to show you how to sew it to the empire waistline. Now I've run my gather stitches, as you can see. So I ran it for up and for down. Okay, so I'll just start taking my gather stitches one after the other, as you can see. Can you see? So what I'm gathering on the shoulder seam line has to align with what you have at the back of your shoulder seam line. Okay, that is at the back, the length of your shoulder seam for back, because you are going to sew the gathers into the shoulder seam at the back directly. Okay, I believe you understand what I mean by that. So now I'm going to gather what I have at the lower part. Okay, so the extent of the gathering I'm going to make at the lower part depends on what I have as the width of my empire waist. Okay, so remember, this is the front part of this empire waist, and I come in with what I have right here. Can you see that? So I'm going to lay this right side to right side, and I'll start to match up. Remember, we have the button loop. The button is 1 inch, so I will just give a gap of 1 inch. Okay, so by that time I've already folded or hemmed. Okay, by that time you have hemmed your neckline. Okay, the way you know how. So I'll start matching up my empire waist gathers on the empire waist. Can you see that? So I'll be going to the machine now, and I'm going to sew right on top of my gathers right away. So I will distribute these gathers. You can see me distributing it evenly, so it has to be even to cover up what we have on the empire waist. Can you see that? So I'll just take off my pins and distribute accordingly. Okay, so you can see me distributing my gathers because they need to match up right here before I sew. Okay, so I think I've gotten it matching up. So the shoulder seam line is 1 inch. Can you see that? So I'll just sew directly because it has to continue. The 1 inch has to continue from the armhole to the waistline. Okay, so now I'll be going to the machine to sew right. So now I'm done gathering what I have here, leaving 1 inch for the button loop, and I gather to the end. So what I want to say is this: because of this button loop, you need 2 of these for this as lining. So it means you'll be placing your lining, exactly this pattern of lining, on top of this, so you have your stitches run at the center front, so you can have your button loops. I believe you understand what I'm saying. So instead of 1, you need 2 pieces, 1 for lining and 1 for fabric, so you can have a perfect inseam finishing at this point. So what you have on the shoulder line, you can see the shoulder line is gathered. So if this is your back pattern, okay, you'll be cutting one of these back pattern, and this is the shoulder seam line. Exactly this is what you are going to use, exactly like this. Cut this part on fold. Okay, it's going to be on fold. So now once you finish cutting, you will gather, make sure your gathers is the same width with what we have right here. Okay, so it's going to fall at the same width. All right, so we are done with this project. Like I said, it's a demonstration tutorial to show you how to do this. So you can see I have two of it. So I'll be hemming the mouth the way you want to hem it. Can you see that? So I'm pretending it has been hemmed, and these are the button loop. Okay, so this is how it's going to be at the end of the day, or you can also bring it closer. Can you see that? So I'll be placing this on the dress form right now for you to see the final outlook. All right, people, so this is the final outlook of what we have for our empire waistline. So you can see how it is right here on the dress form. We have all the gathers where necessary. So all you need to do is to sew the back piece of this dress, attach the sleeve to it, and that is all, and we are done. Then you can create your buttons. You can see where I have my pins. These are the spaces for the buttons. Okay. All right, people, so that is how we come to the end of this tutorial. I believe you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this each week. Like this video, share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. So thank you for coming, and see you in the next video. Bye.